So guys, before we get started, don't forget we do have that amazing discount code thanks to Tier 0 Games going on right now. And all you have to do is put in ZW Games 5 to get 5% discount on your total order at tier0games.com. The links will be in the description below. Exclusively designed by Nixie Nax Arts, we bring you our second exclusive mat with the colossal Rainbow Neos taking on Red Eyes Dragoon, using both Dark Magician and Red Eyes alongside Elemental Hero Neos and of course Rainbow Dragon. Produced by Venom Battle Gear, this is an exclusive mat only available from their site. You can get this mat both with and without zones, and it can be shipped worldwide. What are you waiting for? Visit venombattlegear.co.uk to get your own exclusive Rainbow Neos versus Red Eyes Dragoon playmat.
What's up YouTube, this is Joe from Untitled Games, and I'm bringing to you guys, as you can see, Fossil Magnet Warrior. Now, I really enjoy the Magnet Warriors. I've always enjoyed the new electromagnetic warriors. I think they're very cool. The great way to get the Magnet Warriors back into the game when they initially came out, back with the ABC deck. I just felt like they could have just made the their boss monster quicker fit. I think if they did, they would have made them a lot better. But we had to make do with what we got, and they mix very well with fossils. Not just because they're rock monsters, but because they're just naturally consistent in what they want to do. Especially with the additional text that you can play in the deck, just to get those plays going off. They have a very nice small defensive play going first, but then they can really help you push with the fossils going second, because again, their boss monster's a free pop. If the boss monster gets killed, it tags out into the three little ones again. You can then make rank 3 Cs and things like that. Easy link play fodders. So they got a lot going for them, and they're very big in terms of their actual boss monsters as well. They're very, very large. If you can get the fusion out, it's just absolutely crazy. Like, very strong, big fusion monster. But yes, so with all that's done, before I get into this profile, if you enjoy it, give us a like and subscribe down below. Ding that notification bell, because obviously if you enjoy a person's content here on the channel, you don't want to miss out on their content, and ding that notification bell helps prevent that, and all of that is greatly appreciated, and we thank you guys so much for doing so. And with all that's done, let's get into this electromagnetic fossil. I think that's got a good ring to it. So to start off with the electromagnets, we've got 3 alpha. On normal special, he searches you a Magna Warrior from deck to hand, and then all the little ones share this effect where during your opponent's turn, which is unfortunate, it has to be during your opponent's turn, you can tag them out into a level 4 Magnet Warrior. So they help you tag out into one of your consistency cards. Then we have 3 beta. Beta searches you a Magnet Warrior, so level 4 or below Magnet, or normal special summon, and again the same tag out effect. And Gamma, who used to be the worst one, but in testing is actually slowly becoming one of the best, just in terms of its plays. On normal special summon, you can special summon level 4 lower Magnet from your hand, which is very handy now because of link monsters. You can normal this, summon, let's say, Alpha, Beta, or Delta as well, and get their search as well, and then you can, on your opponent's turn, tag out into the Delta. Delta can send you, and it just literally sets you up for your Magna Warriors. Which is very, very handy, and also not only that sets you up for that, but also sets you up for your fossil fusion materials as well. And this is one that a lot of people will probably think that's a bit weird. I only am playing 2 Delta. I think 2 is just all you need. I think 3 gets a bit too cloggy, though also at times I do wish I had the 3rd. But I think if you just if you play a bit more reserved, you only need 2, and I think 2 is just a nice little sweet spot number. I may bump it up to 3 later, but I may and then just reduce one of the other monsters in the deck. But at the moment, I'm really enjoying 2 copies. Yeah, I think if Delta can use itself for its graveyard effect, I definitely play 3. But because it can't use itself or any copies of Delta, that kind of lets it down a bit. For the Magna Warriors, 2 Berserker and 1 Valkyrian. I think this is just a good number. You don't need any more than that. I've seen people play just 3 Valkyrian and then no Berserkion. I think that's a bit weird because Berserkion can summon itself very easily because it just uses the electromagnets, or very consistent. It tags out when it's destroyed, so it punishes your opponent for getting over it, and it pops a monster like on your turn. So like very good. Like, so definitely 2 of this, and then the 1 Valkyrian. You either search it off your alpha or you just summon it out with Delta. So that's it for the Magnet Warriors. Moving on to the fossils, we're playing obviously 3 Weathering Soldier. If I do bump up Delta, I'll drop Weathering Soldier. So there's that one. But I play 3 in this variant because I want to see it with my copies of Doki Doki, because I would rather tag out the Weathering Soldier into a Delta than do that in reverse. So because at least then Weathering Soldier gets you that search. For your last bit of what I call the fossil engine, I play 1 Gaia plate just because it is Jim Crocodile Cook's monster along with Weathering Soldier, so I include it in the fossil engine section. So Gaia plate is just another boss monster. It's just easy to summon, just banish 2 Earths, helps you go second place because it can half your opponent's monster, so it helps you get over those troublesome beasts. Then we have 3 Doki Doki, just like really good card. It's been a staple in Magnet Warriors like ever since it came out. Like, it's just so good. Basically you summon this and you just stitch a magnet and summon a new one, and you get that search and you just go off from there. Like, Doki Doki just does so much in this deck. Like, it's really good. To round out the monsters, we're playing with the 1 Nemesis Keystone and the 1 Dino Wrestler Prankratops. This is, I primarily go second deck, so you can just summon the Prankratops nice and free and just help you get over opponent threat. And then Nemesis Keystone is really good just because it helps you extend with this deck, just because you banish so much in this deck via your Magnet, your Berserkion, and then your Fossil Fusions as well, and then your Deltas. Like, you do so much banishing in this deck. Nemesis Keystone is just a great way to just help you extend, and you can search it easily. So that's it for the monsters. Moving on to spells, I'm playing for the fusion cards, 2 Fossil Fusion and 1 normal Poly. The reason for this is that you can search this like with 6 cards in your deck, technically, because you've got your 3 Weathering Soldiers, and then you have your 3 Miracle Ruptures as well. 7 if you count Foolish Burial as well. So you have 7 ways to get to Fossil Fusion. You're gonna get into Fossil Fusion. I only play the 1 Poly because I'm not focusing on the Magnet Warrior Fusion. I'm just using it as an option. If I get to use it, I can summon it. If I don't, it's not an issue. Like, I'm not too fast. You could technically class this as a fusion card in this deck. Is 2 time streams. Helps you tag out your fusion monsters into another one of a higher level. Just helps you get into those big boys. For your foolish cards, you have your 3 copies of Miracle Rupture and your 1 copy of Foolish Burial. Just help you get into all your Weathering Soldiers and your Magnet Warriors as well. 1 card that is just so good that I never thought it was this good back in the day, and that's 2 copies of Magnetic Field and 1 Terraforming. This card is such a good extender in the deck, it's insane. So if you control a level 4 or lower Earth Rock monster on the field, you can special summon 1 Magnet Warrior from your graveyard, and then it has another effect where it basically gives all your rocks a ground ball effect if they don't kill the monster in battle. You're mostly using this for its first effect, where so once you control a level 4 lower Earth Rock monster, you can revive a Magnet Warrior. This card does so much extending for you and really sets up so many plays once you get into it. It's just insane. And what is so good about it is just, you just have to control any Earth Rock monster, which, that's level 4 lower, your lower level fusions count. So you would like play this and you got your Fossil Fusion, you go, like literally this and Fossil Fusion is just like a play on its own, because you play this, use Fossil Fusion, make your Skull Bone, and you can use this to revive a Delta, a Gamma from an Alpha from your graveyard, a Beta from your grave, search it, you a Alpha, normal Alpha searches you a Magnet Warrior. As long as you control one of each of the 3s, you can banish those to summon your, link those 2 off. Like, it just, the plays just literally speak for themselves. Just from that, like, just from those 2 cards, you can get a link to Fusion and a Berserkion. Like, so long as your graveyard set, like, it's just insane. Like, it's just bonkers. And then we have one copy of Monster Reborn to round up the spells. For your traps, I just stuck with the Fiend. This could be any trap you want, Infinite Permanence, Solemn cards, whatever you wish. But I just stuck with the Fiend. I'll just Paleozoic Dynamiscus. Like, it sticks with it. Not only is built with the fossil theme, but like, it just helps you get over threats that not many other cards do, just because this card banishes, and because it can discard as well. You can discard any Magnet Warriors that you need from your hand into the graveyard for like a Delta play. You can discard your Weathering Soldiers and search your Fossil Fusion. Like, this card can technically set up plays. It just, because it's a trap, it's a 1 turn slower. So just bear that in mind. And then just one copy of the Magnet Conversion. Target out to three level 4 lower Magnet Warriors in your graveyard. Add them to your hand. During every player's turn, except this, turn this card was sent to graveyard. You can banish this card from your graveyard and target one banished level 4 lower Magnet Warrior and special summon it. So helps you get cards back into your hand for fusion plays, or just like summon the Berserkion and then just set up plays from there. But I mostly like to use it for its graveyard effect. So if I have this in hand with a Paleozoic, I would discard this off the Paleozoic. So I'd rather banish from the banish, special from the banish zone, than add cards back to my hand at times. So if Fossil Fusion could fuse from hand, I'd definitely do that. Like, I believe you can't. Yeah, because it has to be from graveyard. If it said hand and graveyard, that would have been a lot better. So that's it for the main deck. Moving on to extra deck for your Fossil Fusion monsters. 1 Fossil Dragon Skullgios, 1 Skull King, 2 Skull Knights. This can be interchangeable depending on what you wish. 1 Skullgar and 2 Skullbone. These can also be interchangeable. The reason I've gone for 2 Skullbone over the 1 Skullgar, over 2 Skullgars, is because this just relies on what I have, whereas Skullgar relies on what my opponent has. That's the only downside to that one. And then to line up the fusion monsters, we are playing the 1 Imperium Magnum, the super conducted battle bot. Like, this thing is just bonkers if you can get it onto the field. It takes Valkyrian and Berserkion to make it, so it is a shame that Magnet Warriors don't have a Miracle Fusion like card. If they did, this would be a lot easier to summon. But what this card does is must be fusion summoned with the above fusion monsters, cannot be expressed in my other ways. Once per turn during either player's turn, when your opponent activates a spell trap or monster effect, you can negate the activation if you do destroy that card. If this face-up card in its own control leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect, you can express summon both 1 Valkyrian and 1 Berserkian from your hand and or deck, ignoring their summoning conditions. Like, it's just great. Like, it's just such a good card. And it's a 4K as well, so it is massive, which is why it says like removed via card effect, like, because your opponent's, unless it's a bowl, you're not going to get over this by battle that easily. For XDs, we're playing 2 copies of Gorgonic Guardian. The reason I've gone for this is because it gives Magnet Warriors an effect negation play, which is very, very handy for especially fossils, because they need that sort of effect negation. 1 Gallant Granite and 1 number 60 Daguerreus the Timeless, like searching and helping you win the game. And then for links, we're playing the 1 Cross Sheep and 2 Mrs. Radiant. I just gone with 2 Mrs. Radiant just because it makes your monsters big. It recovers your hand if your opponent does just kill it. As well, it just takes 2 Earth monsters, which our entire deck is Earth monsters. Like, you're not gonna not be able to do that. Just bear in mind that Gorgonic Guardian is a dark and not an Earth. Yet it takes Earth, so you can't use that to make Mrs. Radiant. So if you wanted to, you could take a Mrs. Radiant out for just something that's generic, but you got Cross Sheep for that. So yeah. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this deck so far. I've been really enjoying playing it. It's just, I've been struggling to try and find a deck that just feels super comfortable with fossils. I feel like fossils just need more stuff to just make it its own deck. It's just trying to find something that mixes well with it. So far, I'm really enjoying the Magnet Warriors. I'm really enjoying playing them, and it gives both decks. It's nice to give both decks that help via each other, which is very, very cool. So guys, if you enjoy this, like, comment and subscribe. Ding that notification bell. Till next time, as always, happy dueling.
So guys, before we get started, don't forget we do have that amazing discount code thanks to Tier 0 Games going on right now. And all you have to do is put in ZW Games 5 to get 5% discount on your total order at tier0games.com. The links will be in the description below. Exclusively designed by Nixinax Arts, we bring you our second exclusive mat with the colossal Rainbow Neos taking on Red Eyes Dragoon, using both Dark Magician and Red Eyes alongside Elemental Hero Neos and of course Rainbow Dragon. Produced by Venom Battle Gear, this is an exclusive mat only available from their site. You can get this mat both with and without zones, and it can be shipped worldwide. What are you waiting for? Visit venombattlegear.co.uk to get your own exclusive Rainbow Neos versus Red Eyes Dragoon playmat.